Hello student, myself Kriti Pandit, and today we are going to study first lesson of chemistry part 1 standard 12 as name solid states. Now in solid state we will study introduction and so classification of matter or classification of solids. First of all, what is meant by matter? Matter is anything that you can perceive through your senses. That means you can see, you can feel or you can touch. All these substances which you can feel, touch and see are included in matter. Matter has two properties. Matter has mass and it occupies volume. Matter has two properties. It has mass and it occupies volume. Okay. Now there are basic three states of matter. In that, first one is solid, second one is liquid and third one is gas. Now we know that when any solid is heated, it is converted to liquid because intermolecular force of attraction between solid molecules or between solid atoms is very strong. As we give energy, then the bonding, this intermolecular bonding between two atoms or particles of solid will weaken and bonding will break, and due to breaking of bonding the molecules will separate from each other and solid is converted to liquid. In the similar way, when solid is heated, when liquid is heated, in the similar way, bonding, the intermolecular force of attraction will become more weak or weakest, and they will get separated. Molecules of liquid will get separated from each other, and they will farthest distance from each other, and eventually solid will convert it to gaseous state. In a similar way, if you cools down gases, then gas molecules will come closer to each other and they will convert it to liquid state. If you cools or freezes liquid molecule come close to each other, but intermolecular force of attraction between molecules or particles of liquid will become more stronger and it is converted to solid. That means you can say that physical state of matters can be interconverted with each other. Solid can be converted to liquid and liquid can be converted to gases. In a similar way, you can directly heat solid and it can get directly converted to, by escaping liquid state, some solids directly converted to gaseous state. Such solids are called as a sublimating solid. Okay, for example, camphor. If you heat camphor, it is directly converted to gaseous state. Okay, ammonium chloride is the another example. Okay, now we will see what is characteristic of solid state. Solid state has first characteristic that intermolecular forces of attraction between particles or molecules of solid is very strong. Therefore, they are very close to each other. Molecules of solids or particles of solids are very close to each other. Due to this, melting point of solids is very high. As intermolecular force of attraction is very high, small amount of heat is not necessary or is not suitable or is not required to convert them into liquid. Large amount of heat is used. Therefore, generally solids have high melting points. Then solid state have, due to strong intermolecular force of attraction, solids have particular shape, particular size, and they don't change their position. As like fluids, as like liquids or gases, they don't change their position. Their mass is fixed, their size is fixed. Okay. Sorry, last property of solid is solids are incompressible as they occupy all the available space. They are incompressible. Okay. Some of the generally solids are rigid or hard. Some soft solid exceptions for these are potassium, sodium. Mercury is metal which is present in liquid form. Potassium, phosphorus and sodium, these are soft solids. Example of soft solid. These are general characteristics of solids. Now we will move towards classification of solids, which is given in your book. Classification of solid is based on orderly arrangement of particles of solids or not. Whether particles in that solids are in orderly arrangement or not. If given solid has orderly arrangement of their particles, means atoms, ions or molecules are in orderly arrangement or orderly arranged, then such solid is called as crystalline solid. Now pay attention here. Classification is based on orderly arrangement or not. In that, first, if molecules, particles, ions or atoms in a solids are orderly arranged, then such a solid is called as a crystalline solid. If particles, ions, atoms or molecules of solids are not orderly arranged, then such solid is called as amorphous solid, pseudo-solid or supercooled liquid. Another name for amorphous solid is pseudo-solids or supercooled liquids. Now we will see what is crystalline solids or what are characteristics of crystalline solids. Now when I say crystalline solid, there is a word crystal. Crystal is aggregates of solids or aggregates of atoms. These aggregates of atoms are called as generally unit cell. Aggregates of atom, ions, particles or molecules is called as a. Now first we will see crystalline solid. What is definition of crystalline solid? It is homogeneous solid in which orderly all the particles, there may be ions, atoms, molecules or particles, they are orderly arranged. Such solid is called as homogeneous solid, crystalline solid. And amorphous solid, amor means no, morphous or morph mean form. If there is no any orderly arrangement, then there is no particular form or no orderly arrangement in the particles of that solid. Therefore, such solid is called as a amorphous solid. Then what are characteristics of crystalline solids and amorphous solids? First characteristic of crystalline or amorphous solid is that crystalline solids are made up of unit cell. Generally they are made up of unit cell, and unit cell is the basic structural repeating unit of any solid. Basic structural repeating unit of any solid is called as unit cell. Now crystalline solid has exact melting point, means their melting points are sharp, and for amorphous solid they do not melt at sharp melting point. They will melt over a range of temperature. First, molecules will get separated from each other, then solid will become less viscous, and then they will melt over entire range of temperature. Means when they melt, temperature doesn't remain constant for their melting. Therefore, they are called as amorphous or pseudo-solid. They look like, their physical appearance is like crystalline solid or true solids, but actually they are supercooled liquids. So what are example of amorphous solids and example of crystalline solids? Example of crystalline solids, you know, like NaCl, KCl, NaF and other different K2SO4 and different solids are present which have crystal as their structure. An amorphous solid, plastic, butter, glass. These are examples of amorphous solid. Now we will see some of the properties which are shown by crystalline solid. In that, first one is isomorphs. Iso means same and morphs means form. Iso means same and morphs means form. Crystalline solids which have same atomic ratio of two or more substances. When two or more substances have their ratio of atoms in their atoms is same, then such substances are called as isomers. For example, if you take K2SO4 and K2SeO4, then the ratio of atoms, here three atoms are there: potassium, sulfur and oxygen. Potassium, we take 2, this one is 1 and this one is 4. Here also 2 is 2, 1 is to 4. Okay, therefore here atomic ratio or ratio of atoms is same. But this is the not only condition that they are isomers. Another condition, their crystalline structure must be, or structure of unit cell must be same. Okay, you can take another example of KCl and NaCl. Here you can say the ratio of K and Cl and sodium and chlorine is 1:1. But here unit cell structures of KCl and NaCl are different. Therefore, this is not an example of crystalline solid. Okay. Now, another example or another characteristic of crystalline solid, polymorphs. Polys means many. Polys many, and morphs means forms. When a substance crystallizes and gives two or more forms under different set of conditions, such a substance is called as polymorphs. Means when different conditions are applied and crystallizes the same solid under different conditions, you will get different form or different physical appearance of that substance. Then such substance is called as polymorphs. It is also called as allotropic substance. Allotrop means what? The substance which have same chemical properties but different physical properties or different physical appearance. The best example that you have studied of polymorph substance is carbon. Carbon has 4 crystalline forms. In that, first one is diamond, second one is fullerene, third one is graphite, and last one is carbon nanotubes. These are 4 allotropes of carbon. In a similar way, sulfur also has different allotropes. In that, rhombic and monoclinic are example. Phosphorus also has different allotropes like white and red phosphorus or yellow phosphorus. Okay, these are example of polymorph or polymorphic substances. Now we will move towards anisotropic. There are some physical properties like dielectric constant, then refractive index. When such physical properties, in case of crystalline solids, if you measure different physical properties in different direction, or if you measure a single physical property in different direction in crystalline solid, then you will get different value of same physical quantity. For example, if you measure refractive index in different direction, then you will get different value of refractive index for the same crystal. Such property is called as anisotropic, and this property is shown by crystalline solid, not amorphous solid. For amorphous solid, If you check any physical property in different direction, you will get same value. And here, if you check same physical property in different direction, you will get different value, because here arrangement is orderly. In crystalline solid, arrangement of constituent particles is orderly, and in amorphous solid, arrangement of constituent particles is not orderly. It is other than orderly. And here, amorphous solid, main difference between crystalline and amorphous solid is that they will melt, or their melting point are sharps. Here melting points are not sharps, or the solid, amorphous solid will melt over a range of temperature. Amorphous solids are like butter. If you take example butter, plastic or glass, you will observe that first that solids will become less viscous when you provide temperature, and then they will melt over entire range of temperature. Crystalline solids show isomorphs, polymorphs, that is allotropes and anisotrope. These three properties are shown by crystalline solid, and amorphous solids don't show any such property. Therefore, they are also called as pseudo solids or supercooled liquids. As they are supercooled liquids, which phenomenon you will observe that when temperature is high, we know that in our India temperature will fluctuate. In summer, in rainy season or in winter, temperature is not constant, and due to this what happens, the lower ends of window panes or lower ends of window door, glass door or glass windows, lower panes or lower side of glass windows or glass doors will become slightly thicker, and upper end is slightly thinner. It is because of glass is supercooled liquid, and it has property when temperature increases they will flow. This is the property. We know that liquids are fluids, that means they flow. Here also amorphous solids will flow. In glass window, if you take example, upper side after some years, the upper side of glass window will become thinner, and lower side will become slightly thicker. It is due to they have property, amorphous solid have property to flow when temperature slightly increases or temperature changes. Okay, this phenomenon you observe due to their liquid structure or non-orderly arrangement of particles. In particles, what I mean ions, molecules or atoms. Anyone you can take. Okay, this is the classification, basic classification, which depends on orderly arrangement of particles or solids. Okay, thank you.